What's going on, everyone? Rizzo here. Hope you're enjoying the Underemployed podcast. We will not be underemployed for long, however. I do want to say that Jeff and I have come up with a wonderful new idea. We're going to start it this week. Make sure that you're checking out our Facebook at Rizzo and Jeff Show. We are going to be, how should I say this? Hose for stars. What does that mean? Well, you tell us what to do. You send us Facebook stars, we're going to do it. We're going to take mobility scooter rides. We're going to do all kinds of stuff because people like Kim and Sean and Dave and Mike and Suzanne and all of you guys have been so supportive of us since we were let go that this is going to be a lot of fun. Think about it as two grown men who can't walk acting like jackasses for imaginary Facebook stars. It's going to be a lot of fun, but today, Jeff and I have decided to give up long-form walking, so enjoy it, laugh your ass off. We'll see you on Facebook real soon at Rizzo and Jeff Show. What's going on, everyone? A very special edition of the Rizzo and Jeff Show, FM Unfiltered. Jeff, we've come to a decision. We've come to a decision about walking. We've come to a decision about our feet, about being scooter guys.
Well, slow down here.
Okay.
I came to that decision months ago about long-form walking. You have discovered something that is now placing you in a position where you have to consider how you take walks, i.e. if you want to go to the zoo,
right?
If you want to be a part of a 5K.
Wow.
Those kind of things, not going to work out for you, huh?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, you say that you've made the decision months ago to be, I guess, an anti-walker, somebody who just doesn't...
Look, here's the deal. I don't want to be an anti-walker. I get jealous when I see walkers, people that are just taking a stroll, right?
Right.
Just a simple stroll. And you say to yourself, that looks like, they could walk a mile too. They're at the park, right?
Right.
They do those types of things. I don't know if you've ever been, over to the park over here, but they have the reservoir where you can go and you can walk around the water, right down there off of Monroe and stuff. It's a pretty cool spot. Everybody goes.
Isn't that the lake that the guy said he pissed in?
No.
Okay.
This is the one. Right over here on Monroe. That big park that I take Teddy to.
Right.
Down, but if you go around the backside, you see that big hill, and you always say to yourself, "What's up that big hill?"
On Monroe, like if you're getting into Brighton.
Right. If you go around the back there and go up the hill,
right.
It's a pretty cool spot where you can see the skyline of this beautiful city.
Well, Jeff and I guess I wanted to kind of start. First off, it's Saturday. I see a lot of, like, somebody, I guess it was not texted, commented, why do you guys do this when I'm drunk or messed up? Well, that's because we do this so that we can, ask you to subscribe to our Patreon, send stars, or help us out. I do want to say this, though, Jeff. This long-form walking thing is something that I didn't take you seriously until you mentioned it in the kitchen last night, how you have given up on all long-form walking. What is long-form walking, by the way, to you?
It's when you have to think about how long the walk is going to be.
Okay.
The minute that you question the walk,
okay,
it's long-form.
So you're going to Costco. Is that long-form?
Costco, I could power through. But if you said we're going to Busch Gardens, I would have to scooter.
Disney World.
No shot.
Okay.
No. I've done that plenty of times. No.
Seneca Park Zoo.
Do they scooter there? I might have to scooter it.
So that's what I'm saying. So now you're at a point where you've decided that and you know what? I've actually, and I'll explain what happened to me. It's on the video. It's not a video. It's a little clip of a video underneath of this. But long form walking has always been something that I took pride and said I was grateful for being able to long form walk, and now I want no parts of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if we rascal. I don't know. What's up, Ray? Thanks, buddy. Appreciate the help. Yes, let's get fired up and send us stars. Thank you.
Yeah. Send stars for short, walkers here.
We're really fucked up.
Yeah.
It's true.
So, you know it's long. See, long form is long form to anybody, right? So
okay, so
so in your head, if you say to yourself,
okay,
all right, this is going to be a process. This
Okay.
feels like I'm not sure I could conquer this walk around the block for something. Like once in a while, sometimes I'll go to the Dollar General around the block, pick up toilet paper, just little essentials, quick stuff. Risk my life doing it, but it's just easy for me. So I'll just go around there and pick up little things. Sometimes I think about it. Sometimes I sit and go, you know what? Maybe I don't need toilet paper today. Maybe I'll just sit in my own goop. Because it's a walk. It's a walk, right?
So then my question is, what would be your solution? And you've had this hip issue. What the hell's even wrong with you? We've been trying to figure this out. First, it was your knee. Now it wasn't, right. Because then what's up?
It's a hip issue, and being sitting here all the time, it hasn't been beneficial. So, so I've kind of made a promise to myself in the coming, next couple of weeks leading forward. I'm going to spend a little time at the gym down there doing the stepper.
Okay, before we get the award.
Before we get the award. Okay. So, starting this week, I'm going to try to really, put myself back in there to, escalate my mobility. Something that I could probably do. Your issue is something completely different.
Well, here's the thing. This long-form walking discussion started because Jeff said, and I appreciate the people like Ray and stuff that have been sending some stars or helping us out. And I also want to talk about somebody, because people have hit me up about cans. Coming up in a couple minutes, I'll tell you about a woman whose house burnt down. She's collecting cans for her daughter to go to camp, which I think is really nice. But I have had the diabetes. Jeff, I've had the diabetes. It's been quite the struggle.
Yeah, a whirlwind, some may say.
A whirlwind. And there's always something going on with the diabetes. And today, I put up a video. Let me look. Was it 3:23? We just got done about 25 minutes ago. Baby hands cut my toesies. And in the cutting of the toesies, we've noticed that things have just gotten out of control. I have swollen feet, and just the long form walking for me. I don't know if that's ever gonna friggin' happen for us again. I don't know. I thank you very much again for the stars. Appreciate you.
You know what it's time for, and you know that you never want.
We made fun of it. We can't do it. We can't say it. No, we can't do it.
No. You know what you never wanted to purchase, but it's time now. The diabetic socks. You never wanted to be a diabetic sock guy, but it's just about that time that you have to make the purchase for the diabetic sock.
I can't be diabetic sock guy.
It's now. The time is now.
Here's the thing. How's that going to help the swelling? How's that going to give me from A to B? My toenails are growing in all kinds of directions,
well,
man.
That could be a calcium issue, but, at the end of the day, maybe a little vitamin D. But what, the swelling, you might have now crossed the diabetic threshold into the socks. That's like when you're a fat guy and you make it to Destination XL.
So you're saying this is like a milestone in my life. So compression sock time is a time for all sufferers of the diabetes. Is that the point of no return? Does this mean I'm going to lose my fucking foot? Look, that's what I really want to know.
Well, eventually that's coming. But, and she's going to rethink that she's got stumping.
She's going to, I know it. I know it.
And she's not saying it now. And
of course she's not.
She'll stick with you.
Yeah.
And she loves you no matter what.
Until death do us part.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Until your feet are hooves.
Until I have hoovins, right?
Right. And you're a circus carny, okay?
Yeah.
And when people come to see, like the little woman, all kinds of stuff, it'll be hoovy.
Well, here's the thing. And Champion says stump me. Baby Hand says, I unfortunately have to listen to this while I go to the shower to get the toenail flakes off her. She has toenail flakes.
Well, that's another issue. Do you lotion the pups?
Here's the thing. Do I lotion my puggies?
Yeah.
I lotion pretty much every part of my body, although I don't think I lotion the puggies.
You don't get down there enough. Not enough foot self-care. So
I don't do a lot of self-care. I got diabetes. I just can't bend over like that. It hurts.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on the bend over.
You know what I mean about bending over?
Well,
it just sucks.
Well, you got to understand, if you've ever watched me, it's the left side of the body,
right?
Right. So I put my right sock on.
Right.
That's done in 5 seconds.
Right.
The left one.
Right.
Is this operation trying to put the left sock on? It starts. I take the sock and I start on the big toe.
Right.
And then I have to get a couple times down. Even Teddy looks at me, my dog, like something's wrong. and it's not the belly because I can get the right one done, but like
it's the left side.
The left one because I don't, I'm a little stiff in the leg.
For those of you that are just tuning in, Jeff and I were talking about our decision to give up long form walking, and whatever form that may be.
Yeah.
Jeff, I think you said you came to the decision a couple months ago. This is the first time you've told me this. I don't know what long form walking means to you.
Here's what I started. I started to think a lot of things through.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
So I started to run down my family history.
Okay. Right? Okay.
My grandfather about 72.
Okay.
He didn't make it.
Okay.
My dad in his, late 60s didn't make it.
Right.
I'm 42. As my birthday turned, I said, well, I got about 25 good ones left.
Right. So
why the fuck am I going to sit here taking long walks at this point?
Well, the point is that I guess is it that, or are you just kind of bummed out that, is it that I think you could do the walk. I do. I think that, I don't want to be those two guys, especially trying to get a job where we're doing. And thank you, by the way, for the stars, everyone. I appreciate it. It's helping us out.
If you remember in Detroit, the one thing I did every year was the kidney walk. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
Every year
I
at the
do.
Zoo, I did the kidney walk, which, and I ran into a lot of kids that had diabetes, juvenile diabetes.
Okay.
And
yes, right.
Right. So it was something that I always did every year. I would do the walk, and then, just everything just fell apart. Yeah.
I guess it's just, and for me, what happened to me today is that, I noticed that my Tootsies needed some self-care. So Baby Hands took care of my Tootsies. And she was like, your feet are swollen. So much so, I had to send a my chart, with Rochester Reed, whatever the hell it is. Sure. I just sent a my chart to the doctor with pictures of the toots.
And yes, if you're listening, I will make a payment. But,
yeah, maybe.
You're getting $10 every month.
Let me ask you, just as an aside, do you owe them money too? Because for some weird-ass reason, they say I owe them like $400.
Yeah, I can't figure out what the charges are.
I can't either. And I went there to the billing office, and they locked the door, so you can't even get in.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, I feel like there's something afoot.
Well, I feel like...
Pun intended.
Well, it's like $180, but, I gave you the copay. Isn't that the point?
But see, I did too, but then they say there's, some lab work or some shit that, that I didn't pay. Or this, I'm telling you...
It's fraud on their end.
It might be fraud. Yeah. It might be fraud. So anyway, I'm tired of going to doctors as it is. Jeff and I'll get to the comments, and I do appreciate, and I know Jeff does. If you haven't and you watch us, David, Roseanne, we have a Patreon. We have a link, a couple links on these videos as well. Like David and Mike and Stephanie, thank you for sending us some stars.
Yeah, stars are awesome. They really help out.
Yeah, they really do. And until we find a job, and we are going to Dallas to be bestowed upon an honor, and this might not be the best time to stop long form walking, but think about this. Jeff and I roll up to Dallas. We get on the plane and off the plane first. We get special treatment. We go get this honor. We obviously are going to win because we're two guys in scooters. They play our stuff. We get on the stage. We're in mobility scooters. Will it hurt our chances of getting a job because we're young and it's not a cool look to have two guys in mobility scooters? Well, maybe, but I think this is the play.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think we need to just pull it together for that. I don't think we mobility scooter. Now,
see, why?
There's a lot of standing around at this play where we're going to do it. There's a lot of standing, chatting.
Okay.
You could sit, whatever it may be.
Okay.
These hotels, escalators, things of that nature, elevators. So that makes it easy. But if somebody says, "Hey, we're hitting the town of Dallas tonight. You guys come in. We got to tell them we can't make it."
Well, see that, but I guess my question
is,
we
lift.
Well, here's the thing. Because you gave, you're giving up long form walking. We were even talking about going to the supermarket and us riding these scooters. Do you think that may hinder our ability to get a job? Do you think that people, do you think appearances matter? For example, do you think if any of our former coworkers were in a mobility scooter, do you think it would matter?
No, I think
right.
There's a little humor that goes into it, and it kind of could help out.
Right.
People can relate. Everybody
knows somebody in a mobility, don't they?
See, but here's the thing. I'm not 700 pounds.
right,
and a mobility scooter
right,
at Walmart
right.
and purchasing the party size Cool Ranch Doritos. That's
Okay.
not what it's about. It's because I need the mobility scooter, not because I can't stop,
Eating
chain
free
swallowing yodels.
So,
Okay.
So are you less intimidated because a fat person, let's say a fat mobility scooter person, as opposed to somebody who has diabetes feet or somebody who has
People
issues?
judge the
They
fat
do.
mobility scooter.
They do.
If I was in the mobility scooter, somebody would either think, all right, he's being a silly guy,
Right.
or he really has something wrong, right?
Yeah, mobility scooter people are judged. Yeah.
But a big mobility scooter, they're going to go, well, just lose a couple of pounds.
Right.
You mace.
We watched the 1,000-pound sisters. I'm telling you, that one girl, she's mobility scooter. Everywhere she goes, she gets. You're the fatty in the mobility scooter. You don't want to be fat and in a mobility scooter.
Yeah. It's a bad look. It's okay to say no to Hardee's thick burger.
Well, you know what though? They make the commercials so good. If you ever watch a Hardee's commercial, you see they have the sexy thin girl that's looking like she's going to bounce up and down on your pogo stick, and she's eating that burger. And of course, if you're a biggin, you're going to want some friggin' Hardee's, man. Next
to Long John Silver's, which is, I think, the worst calorie-wise fast food you could eat. We have a friend that loves it, and he's hefty. But I think Hardee's is number 2 with their thick burger on the list. It's like
as far as fattening,
just with the amount of calories and sodium, it's just horrendous.
So if you're just tuning in quickly, Jeff and I we're doing a little Saturday show talking about giving up long form walking. I appreciate all the people. We have like 1,300 stars already. I appreciate it. Subscribe to our Patreon. It really helps us out because the Severance is officially. This is a first show where both of us are officially bored.
Yeah.
It's over for us.
Where we rely on the government of New York.
Yeah, we're relying on the Hoka hookup. Yeah. And, I thought it was important today to just kind of focus on and tell you where we're at in life. Aside from the Hoka hookup, Jeff and I are also having walking issues. I am younger than Jeff. I don't think anyone doesn't know that. And I am having mobility issues. When I walk, my feet hurt. My feet are starting to swell. And you think I need to go in on the diabetes compression socks. And I don't know.
The swelling feet, that's a scary thing.
It's scary.
It's a scary thing.
It is.
I might, there might be a little bit of a limp, but I get around. I do what I have to do.
Right. You get around. See, but your feet aren't swelling.
No. And here's the thing. I don't like to take like lots of like pain medication and things.
Right.
So it's like not a thing for me. So I don't like to like smash Aleve all day.
Right.
So like for like the last week, I've tried to like avoid taking the Aleve because the processed sodium is not good to take every day,
especially for your liver and all that stuff.
Maybe.
Yeah,
right.
Of course.
I'm sure is already compromised from many years. So to take it every day. So I've for like the last week I've tried, but I think I just have to go on. I just gotta maintenance it well.
I think though it's this. I'm at a point now where she had to cut my toenails, and this is not a lie. It took 3 hours. And, she had to literally do some things that as a man, I'm embarrassed of. And I'll say this. It took so long and I was so relaxed that at the end of it, I ended up with a half tent.
Oh, you half tented?
I half tented. Because I was so relaxed and I was there for so long, I was like half tenting. So my feet are falling apart, they're swollen, but I got a half tent.
But at this point, half tented, she could care less because she's covered in skin.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah. She absolutely could give a shit about the half tent. Right? Because I've grossed her out because she's cut. She actually wore a mask, and if you're a subscriber to the Patreon, you should check it out. There's a video of her in the mask. She wore a mask because the toenail clippings were getting in her mouth.
Going to make me vomit.
But the point is that I didn't realize that foot care was so.
Foot care, it shows a lot about your actual health.
Well,
and how your health is when you can look at your feet.
Well, and I just thought that I cut my toenails, I lotion them up, I lather them up, I do what I got to do, but you need the soak.
Maybe some Epsom salts, a little soaking once in a while wouldn't hurt.
I guess it's just I've always been I look at it this way. As a diabetic, and I kind of take my lead from you. And since you've decided to give up the long-form walk, I just thought that maybe we could discuss. And I appreciate everyone's support. Thank you, for, Sean and Kim, for sending the stars, helping us out. The severance is over. I just thought maybe we could bounce around some ideas. Will it hurt our career? Help our career if we start mobility scooter?
With our job, do we really move much? Like, we sit down a good portion of the time when we're in there. We spend a lot of time in the studio. Sure, there's appearances and things.
That's what I mean.
That nature, but, what are you showing up to? It's...
Okay, but do you think that it would affect, like, for example, my sex life? Do you think it's not sexy to be that guy who's like, he wheels his mobility scooter to the bed and he's like... Come here. You know what I mean? What do you think?
There could be fun in that, but if you start losing toes,
okay,
then we got a problem. Then it's thinking to myself, all right, I'm going to spend the rest of my life with a guy that's got 10 to go, 10 years and 10 toes, a toe a year.
So let me ask you, so you think I could get by, sexually if I was in a mobility scooter? You don't think I could get by sexually if I started losing toes?
Your mind goes right to the toes. So the eyes go to the toes and you can't help yourself. And then when you're looking and you're dating somebody that's toeless.
Oh, thank you, Kim.
You begin to question where your life has wound up, and you say, I can be with somebody that has all 10 toes.
Yeah, I guess. But, listen, there are things I can do with, my fingers, my phalanges, my tongue that not a lot of people can. So I would think that the toes...
You're not the only guy in the world that can work his tongue, okay? And there's plenty.
Somebody might do a show.
There's plenty of them that can do that with the tongue, do it well, and have 10 toes.
Do a show one day live on dual mobility scooters, a road trip episode. Now, see, I think we would be... I don't know. I just think that would be a fun show.
Yeah. Well, in looking for a job, in hindsight, as hilarious as this may be, this might not be a good look for me and you when people come to our socials, when we're looking for a job and they're saying to themselves, wow, I have two people who are immobile.
Not even 45.
Right.
One's not even 40. One just turned 42.
So in hindsight, the conversation was funny at first, but now the more I think about it,
it's kind of
detrimental.
Yeah, you know what? And real quick, I do want to say thank you, Kim. We're at like 1,500 and some stars.
Wow, that's a lot.
So that helps us out. The severance is over. We have Patreon, Venmo, Cash App. We're doing appearances. We're also just keeping content local. So we want to thank you. Also, a couple people messaged me about cans, Joanne and stuff like that. There's a girl named Ramona Reuter. She's a fan of the show, and she's liked us for a long time. She's a Buffalo Jill, Jeff.
Okay, all right.
A Buffalo Jill.
Cool.
Okay, former Miss New York.
Nice.
Owner of Studio East Dance. Okay, She's got a daughter, Kenzie. She's a middle schooler. They're collecting cans and bottles to earn money for dance training in California. They were victims of arson at their home last year.
Holy crap.
Arson. Who arsons?
This was last year when all those arsons were going on. Do you remember?
Yes.
Yeah.
So who arsons a Buffalo Jill, Miss New York, and the owner of Studio East Dance, and a mom with a girl?
That's what happened in Rochester. People that work hard and give back to the community.
Right.
Get arsoned.
She's a single mom, and she's arsoned. So if you guys have cans, like I know Champion and Paula and a few other people that have been asking about it, you can send a DM to me, or probably, honestly, Baby Hands, because she'll get it quicker, or she'll read it, because I'm worried about my diabetes feet.
Right.
So, but seriously, Ramona Reuter, look her up. Actually, kind of hot. Former Miss Miss New York, and a Buffalo Jill.
Well, we get asked about cans all the time.
We do. We're like the fucking can guys.
So it's nice to be able to maybe give those to somebody that needs them and is doing good in the community.
Yeah, so daughter Kenzie, it's for a middle schooler, victims of arson. Come on, Rochester, that's
Only
ridiculous.
In Rochester.
Only in Rochester does a single mom, a Buffalo Jill in Miss New York, get arsoned.
I know. I just remember that story. There was like 5 arsons, right? It was like females doing it. It was something very bizarre.
Wasn't it like it was a group of women or like trying a gang?
Something stupid, yeah.
But anyway, so they were a victim of one of those. So if you got cans, send a message to the page or to Baby Hands, whatever. That would really help. Appreciate all the stars. Yeah, Mike. They say that Mike says he doesn't capes, not champion. He doesn't think I'm ready for diabetic compression socks, Jeff. But maybe an apple vinegar soak to soften the talons and the feet.
Yeah, that's what I told you. Or a little Epsom salt, just a little soak. And you can purchase one of the, you go to Walmart, you get something you can soak the pups in. It might be good for you.
Here's the thing. 10 years ago, I was skinny, I had hair, my feet were fine, I had no diabetes that I knew of. You fast forward 10 years, I got diabetes, I'm bald, I'm fat, I'm having foot problems, my radio show partner, for the love of Christ, is thinking about mobility scootering his ass around town. It's getting bad. Shit is getting bad.
Well,
we're on the hook up for real. Oh, thank you. Another 1,200 stars. Thank you.
Well, I think we're sitting around too much. There needs to be more of act. And mind you, the floor that we're on in the building. The gym is on our floor.
I know. I just here's the problem with Here's the problem with the gym. There are 2 broken things. A treadmill with the thing that's off. You know that little walkie thing that's off?
I think they repaired it. I think it got repaired. There's the stepper, which is good. That could help with the flow, doing the stepper thing. The glider. Listen,
I'm not here to exercise, right? I'm not here to work out, okay? I'm just here to kind of, just live. I want to do a radio show. And if I have to, if I got to lose a foot, I think you could get by with 1 foot. I've noticed some really serious, and if you're just tuning in, make sure that you check out the video below. Jeff and I are talking about giving up the ability. We just don't want to do far walks anymore. We just don't want to do it.
Yeah, life can't be fun as a 1-footer. It's got to be a rough go.
Would you rather lose a foot or a hand? Think about that. You could just put a peg on the bottom of your foot. You can sit in a wheel. You can get a mobility scooter with a hand. You're fucked.
I'd rather have the feet.
Really?
I think the hand I can handle. I think the hand I could handle.
So wait a minute. Yeah. You would rather have 2 feet and 1 hand.
I would. Yeah.
Wow. Real quick, for those of you just tuning in, thank you very much to the people who have sent us stars. Jeff and I officially run out of severance, but that doesn't mean we're going to stop. We're going to keep doing content. I think we're close to a job. I'll share more on Patreon. But I got to tell you, man, I think we came to a profound realization yesterday, and I wanted to share it with the people, and you brought it up. You said long-form walking, and now you're making this more about going getting compression. So I'm trying to stay virile and sexy for my lady, and I can't be virile and sexy this way.
Coming undone. Look, I thought about it, and, as we go to meet people down in Texas and do this kind of thing, I want to make sure that I'm possibly a little more mobile, so I'm going to put in just a little bit more work and, do kind of the right thing.
Are you going to stretch? What is Jeff going to do?
I will stretch. I have a program called Hinge Health, where I have a lot of workouts that I could do on a daily basis, so I'm going to do those, do more of my stretches, things of that nature. Yeah.
Somebody said, wait, you guys mentioned Dallas. It's interesting because I guess we could both say this. There's a lot of discussions going on about places that we're going to go. I don't think it's going to be Dallas. We are going to Dallas because if you're just watching this, we have been bestowed quite an honor, Jeff.
Yeah. One of the segments that we did on the show here in Rochester was selected. Yeah. Of the country, 5 people were selected, and one of them that we did is going to be played and showcased in front of a bunch of our peers, thousands of our peers, to show them, how
radio's supposed to be done.
I guess, in a sense.
And it's funny, we're going to walk into this building. I think we'll have a job by the time we go here. It's in about a month, but we'll walk into this building if we don't have a job as the current influencers of the year, as one of 5 people chosen for this on a stage, on a panel about how to do a radio show without a job, and the CEO of that company sitting there watching.
It's going to be sitting there watching the whole time. So it will be, it's going to be a real interesting situation. How that plays out, and what'll suck is everybody else might be employed, and then we're just sitting there. So that could be bizarre.
And I think that's why I think we need to, if we're not employed, I think we need to make a splash, which kind of is why I brought up potentially, and if you don't like the idea, we can go back to the drawing board, roll in, pull peen, mobility scooter.
No, we can't scoot. We got to look long and strong upon arrival. So
suit? Do we suit?
No, you don't suit. Yeah, you keep it cool. Nobody suits. The suits suit.
Okay.
You don't suit.
Okay. So then
what?
What?
You look nice. You dress nice. Easy it up. Whatever it may be. It's nothing like that. It's pretty laid back.
Do I diabetic compression sock?
Yeah, well, you have to see how the puppies work out as the weeks go on here, because I think it's August 9th, 8th, 9th, 10th, whatever.
Yeah, the 9th through the 11th. We will be in Dallas.
Yeah, so kind of see how it goes leading up to it. You got a couple of weeks.
I thank you very much again for the people that are sending stars. If you'd like to keep, this stuff is over, so you can do that. You can help us out by doing our Patreon. The final thing that I wanted to talk about, Jeff, because we were talking about this honor and about diabetes socks and all that stuff, and about what to wear. We will be in the same city as our former boss, Zach. Now, Zach has always had an affinity. Maybe it's for my talent. We've always gotten along.
Yeah, he's really taken to you.
He's taken to me.
Mm-hmm. You specifically.
And me specifically. Yeah. And we went on a bike ride, and I rode with him to Pittsburgh.
He seems to really like you.
And I think it's because of my talent, my work ethic.
Right.
And he asked me if I wanted to go on a bike ride.
And he really enjoys just 80s hair bands. Let me ask you, do you think he was a big fan of Boy George and the Culture Club back in the 80s? Or?
I more power to him. Maybe, I just think, because he asked me a question. He said, hey, when you come down, do you want to go riding? Oh, but thank you, Ray. Love you. Appreciate you. Thank you for your support and the stars. He goes, do you want to take a ride? Do I want to go riding? Now, here's the thing. He doesn't have a sidecar anymore.
So you gotta hug him. And it's 110 in Dallas. It'll be in August.
Yes.
So it's going to be sweltering hot. We're going to look like fat, sweaty pigs. And then you're going to be attached to the leather man?
Well, I haven't run it by... I haven't told you. I haven't run it past Baby Hands, who, by the way, says that you and her and I should do the 28-day, 16-minute booty challenge to really shape up. Have you ever heard of that? The booty challenge? Hit the gym?
No, I don't need the booty challenge. I think my ass is all right.
Yeah, your ass is all right. Mine's a little tiny.
It's just It's just all the center core needs to go down here a little bit.
No, there is no Colonel Klink sidecar, but he asked me if when I'm down. Did he ask you?
No. He'll text me maybe about some obscure things, or I'll send him a picture of, homeless people on the street in front of where we live.
People pulling out their penis.
Or just actually people, I think, on heroin just sitting outside. Four of them in a row were all asleep in the middle of the day the other day.
Yes.
Was this Friday?
I put that on Patreon.
Yeah, they were zombies over there. So maybe I'll send them a picture like that and say, hey, don't you miss Rochester here, things of that nature. And we're right by a school, so, just people, and signs up at the school say how it's a drug-free school zone and stuff.
By drug-free school zone, they mean free drugs in the school zone.
It doesn't seem it's enforced, and they actually sleep at the school in the steps and do the drugs, so.
So my question is to you, and again, somebody complimented your Ultimate Warrior shirt. Yes, I will do the booty challenge while Jeff does whatever workout. So a workout partner. Mm-hmm. And thank you. We're almost at 3,000 stars. We got to survive. We got to eat. So you could either send us stars. You could subscribe to our Patreon. And, you could also click one of the links. There's Venmo, Cash App, whatever. We do appearances. We're also going to be sending out pictures and different stuff. So anything to help out if you enjoy our live local content. So the question is, before I end the show and tell you about how you can help former Buffalo Jill, former Miss New York USA, and owner of a dance studio and her kid, the boss said to me, former boss, "Hey, Daddy." He didn't say Daddy, but I'm going to say Daddy. "Hey, Daddy."
Oh, he thought it.
He said, "Hey, Daddy, I know you and Jeff are coming to Dallas. Would you enjoy a bike ride tour of the town?" Now, I took that to mean I'd have to hug his hips as he drove me around Dallas.
Understand, the traffic in Dallas is horrendous. So we're going basically during the week. So you'll just be trapped in just nothing but terrible traffic on a constant basis. So it's just two guys basically inching along the highway, or he's taking you in some places that he's never been.
Okay.
And you're going back roads and stuff. Then it's long and drawn out. I got things to do there. So if you let me know how it goes, if that's something you decide.
So my question is, would you, I guess, feel some type of way because I don't know if I should go, because is this like first off, I don't like he doesn't include you when it comes to these requests. It's just me, and it's like, why doesn't he include you? What are you not? Does he not respect your talent as much?
Everybody's got a type, so it is what it is, right? So
look, I say what you will. I got to be honest.
A type of person that they
admire in radio.
Yeah. You know what I mean.
Look, I got to be honest. I just thought that it would be fun, and I thought that maybe I would do it, and that'll be the only way I'll do it, is if maybe you'd come with us, because he does have a full length, 2-seater. All right. And so, like, I'd be in the middle, or you could be in the middle, and then, we could do a Rizzo and Jeff sandwich with the boss.
You guys pick a location, and I'll meet you out there. All right? Okay.
Somebody said, did you ever see that Bound? It's a Kanye West video where Kim Kardashian was on the motorcycle, and she was, like, bent over like this on the motorcycle. Mm-hmm. Baby Hands is worried that it's going to be something like that, where Kanye's naked on the motorcycle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm worried too.
Ask Mike Capes. Asked to ride the bike to retrace the John Kennedy motorcade route past the school book depository.
Yeah. You'll be asking. You'll be looking up, going, "Just do it.
Just do it.
I just need to get out of here."
Wow. That's not the size of the rifle I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, well, it was a good shot.
All right, guys, listen.
Several good shots.
Yeah, the second shooter.
Got the job done.
Listen, guys, remember, we appreciate you guys. All the support. We got almost 3,000 stars. That shit helps us so much. And finally, we like to give back as well. There's a woman by the name of Ramona Reuter. Check this shit out. She was a victim of arson. She's got a kid. She's a Buffalo Jill, Jeff. She's former Miss New York, and she owns a dance studio called East Dance. So a lot of you collect cans, because apparently we're can guys, Jeff.
Yeah.
What the hell?
To be. Well, I have a certain somebody that constantly hits me up about the cans. But how the hell do you just arson somebody? That feels like something from like so long ago.
It does. It's like, I'm going to arson your ass.
Right.
It's mean.
It's horrendous. You lose everything.
So Ramona, a Buffalo Jill, former Miss New York, she's got a daughter named Kenzie. She's a really beautiful girl, middle schooler. They're collecting cans and bottles to earn money for dance training in California, because obviously when your house burns down, you have to kind of put all your resources into your home being rebuilt.
Yes.
So if you guys, a lot of you have cans and shit, Mike and Joanne and all that, we'd love to help out Ramona. She owns Studio East Dance. You could drop them off there. Or, man, that's, I can't even believe somebody's a victim of arson.
We could all meet up and, all bring them together maybe one day, or do something cool like that, and then bring them over and donate, or however it might play out. So, that's for a good reason, good cause, not just collecting them to get smack on the block.
No, not smack on the block.
Or do it for a good cause.
So. Ramona Reuter, again, a Buffalo Jill, so you got to be hot. Former Miss New York, so she was up for Miss USA and, a victim of arson. So ridiculous. And it was Baby Hands' teacher, I think, too, when she was a kid or younger or something. So think about it, help out. It's great cause, right, Jeff? I think
it's an awesome cause, and people just throw them away anyway, or you bring them in and get yourself what. So it's kind of worth it to help.
So we're undecided on what to do about long form walking. We're not going to scoot, and then I guess to tie it all together, I'm going to go take the shot with the motorcycle ride with the boss. You've decided you're not going to come, figuratively or literally?
Well, you're probably going to do both, or one of you. I'm going to focus on trying to get us to work while you're, while you're just, performing.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, again, the Patreon, you can search Rizzo and Jeff. We are out of here. Peace out, Girl Scouts. And remember, don't forget Ramona and her daughter.
Be careful. Don't hurt your foot there.
I know, my diabetic feet.